Psalm 23 begins with a powerful image. The Lord is my shepherd. Think about that for a moment. The God who created the universe, the one who knows every star by name, calls himself our shepherd. He cares for us with the same tenderness and love that a shepherd has for his sheep. A shepherd leads, guides, and protects his flock. He knows their needs even before they do. He leads them to green pastures and quiet waters, ensuring they're well fed and cared for. In the same way, God, our good shepherd, provides for all our needs. He watches over us, guiding us each step of the way. When we face uncertainty, we can find comfort in knowing that we are not alone. Our shepherd is always with us, leading us to safety and peace. His presence brings comfort and assurance, reminding us that we are loved and cherished. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. These words paint a beautiful picture of peace and restoration. The green pastures symbolize God's abundant provision, a place where we can find nourishment and strength. The still waters represent tranquility and peace. In a world that's often chaotic and noisy, God offers us a place of quietness and rest. He invites us to lay down our burdens, to let go of our worries and find peace in his presence. Just like a shepherd leads his sheep to the best grazing spots, God guides us to places of peace and replenishment. He knows where to find the green pastures and still waters in our lives, those places where we can be refreshed, renewed, and restored. Life isn't always green pastures and still waters. We all face challenges, moments of fear, and times of uncertainty. Verse 4 says, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." The valley of the shadow of death represents those dark and difficult seasons we all go through, but even there, God is with us. He doesn't abandon us in our struggles. He walks beside us, offering comfort and strength. Remember the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They faced a fiery furnace, a terrifying valley, yet they declared, "Our God whom we serve is able to deliver us." They knew even in the fire, God was with them, and he was. God is always with us, even in the darkest valleys. In verse 5, the imagery shifts from shepherd to host. "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." Here we see God's extravagant generosity and protection. He sets a bountiful table for us even when surrounded by challenges or opposition. This table represents God's abundant blessings in our lives. He provides for our needs, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually as well. He lavishes us with his goodness and grace, even when we least deserve it. Think about the Israelites in the wilderness. God provided manna from heaven and water from a rock. He set a table for them in the desert, demonstrating his faithfulness and love even in the most barren of circumstances. "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." These words are a promise of God's constant presence and blessing. No matter what we face, his goodness and mercy are always pursuing us. God's goodness is his kindness, his favor, his blessings in our lives. His mercy is his compassion, his forgiveness, his grace that covers our shortcomings. These two, goodness and mercy, are inseparable from God's character. Think of a time when you experienced God's goodness in a tangible way. Perhaps it was a financial blessing when you needed it most, a miraculous healing, or simply the peace that surpasses all understanding. God's goodness is always surrounding us, even when we don't see it. The psalm concludes with this beautiful promise, "And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." This is the ultimate assurance of God's love and care, the promise of eternal life in his presence. This house of the Lord is not just a physical building. It represents a place of eternal security, joy, and fellowship with God. It's a promise that our journey of faith doesn't end here on earth, but continues into eternity. Just as a shepherd leads his sheep back to the safety of the fold at the end of the day, God guides us toward our eternal home with him. In his presence we find true peace, lasting joy, and the fulfillment of all our heart's desires.